Welcome to Sports Talk with Steve Jones, the daily talk show with the voice of Penn State football and men's basketball. You never know what special guest may stop on by any given day. Now here's the man of the hour, Mr. Steve Jones.
So I walk in this morning and Jason's wearing a black coat with a red T-shirt underneath it. And I'm trying to think what Nebraska wears.
Well.
Black coats and red jerseys.
Yeah. I gotta psych the Huskers out somehow, don't I?
Do you wake up and know where you live? I'm just asking. All right, let's get to a couple of things. Get to Penn State in a second. Texas A&M's down 30-3 at halftime. Marcel Reed in the second half is 16 of 20 for 298 yards. They take the lead 31-30 with 10 minutes to go in the game. They made up a 27-point deficit, all right, in 20 minutes. Next, I said to Jack on the plane, Jack Ham, two of us are chit-chatting about 1,000 things. And Texas was about to kick off with Georgia. I said, you know what's really interesting? I said, Texas loses this game. I said, which I think they will. I said, I thought
so, too. I didn't see
a lot of people are like, Texas is going to win. I said, Texas is not going to win.
No, there's something about Georgia. Certain teams have certain teams' numbers. Georgia's won on Texas.
Yeah, but Texas has some stuff missing.
No doubt. Rushing attack being one thing.
Well, that's the big part. They can't run the ball. You know, again, what travels? Your defense and your running game. Your running game and your defense. They travel no matter what. Sure. Any weather condition.
Yeah.
Any
Agreed.
stadium.
Absolutely.
Your defense and your running game work. All right. So I said I think they'll lose. I said I'm going to tell you exactly what's going to happen on Sunday, and it's going to keep going on the entire time. ESPN will explain to everybody there's a pathway for Texas to the playoff. Right? I said I can tell you in no uncertain terms there is no pathway for Texas. No, but okay. I got up yesterday morning. What do I hear? What did I hear? Go ahead, predict it.
Oh, it's no doubt. Yeah,
that Texas still has a pathway. There's actually a way for them to get there. Stop it.
No, there's not.
Stop it.
Absolutely not.
Okay? You got to stop the hot takes and talk to people like they are intelligent.
It's the hot takes and one win. And I think when you look at any time somebody gets a big win, that's their signature. That's going to propel them. No. They beat Oklahoma, so be it. They lost 3 games. And they still have tougher games ahead. They got A&M yet.
Okay. Now let's get to Notre Dame. I expected Notre Dame to blow Pitt out.
Mm-hmm.
They did.
Happened. Yep.
They did.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, that game was incredibly non-competitive.
Right.
All right. Which is about the way I thought it was going to play out. Notre Dame is now in a 2-game playoff to make the playoff. All right. Beat Syracuse, beat Stanford. They're going to be in. But do they deserve to be in? So let's get to this. Right now they have the same record as Miami, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, is there any doubt in your mind that at this hour, I want to be fair here, that I think Notre Dame is playing better than Miami right now?
Certainly. I agree.
Okay. Right. But they played.
Yep.
Miami won. Well, that was the first game. Stop with the caveats. You either play or you don't. You either play.
Yeah.
In other words, I can't stand when people put this, well, they played. You took your shot. You did not win.
Right.
Okay? You didn't win. Well, the game was on the right. Did you win? No. You did not win. In the playoff, when you lose a game like that, you are out.
Right.
Okay? Okay, you lose a game. Well, it happened. No. No wells, no whatever. You played.
Right.
So there's no guesswork about them playing each other. What would it be like if they played each other? Well, now they're not playing now. They played. in September. But the bottom line is they played. Now, is that going to matter at this point? No. Notre Dame is the team with the pathway in. Miami right now is going to be on the outside looking in. Okay? That, at least on this snapshot.
Yep.
Okay? But you're going to have, it's just, there's bottom lines.
Sure.
You played.
Absolutely.
You took your shot. You did not win.
Right.
And that, okay.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not here to defend Miami.
No.
But like Notre Dame has the easiest pathway of everybody. You want to know why? They're one group that can set its schedule.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay? They set their schedule. People complain here about the 3 games that Penn State play. Oh, you're playing these 3 games, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Right? They're playing Florida International. They're playing, Nevada. They're playing Villanova. Okay. And people complain about it. Imagine having an entire schedule like that. Okay? Penn State does not set its Big Ten schedule. 75% of its schedule is set for Penn State. Just like Ohio State, Michigan, Washington, USC. Okay? You don't know what grab bag you get in a given year. Hey, you don't know.
Yeah, and Notre Dame, to their credit, that's exactly right. They have scheduled opponents to put themselves scheduled opponents that
they had 2 opponents they scheduled and they lost both of them.
And they lost both of them, absolutely. Okay. But they do
we play Stanford every year. Well, that's great.
Yeah,
we play Navy every year. I always love when everybody tries to build the Navy game up, and you're like, oh, why? What are you doing?
No.
Let's be realistic. Love the Naval Academy. Think they play beautiful football, but they are not a Power 4 team.
No.
Okay, they're not a Power 4 team.
Right.
Everybody would be a double digit in Power 4. Anybody who's in the upper, if Penn State played them today, Penn State would be a double digit favorite.
Sure.
If Penn State played them today, they'd be a double digit favorite. But boy, on the Notre Dame schedule, that's a big game.
Yeah.
No, excuse me.
No.
It's not.
No. But
it's not. Syracuse this week is one of those ACC hand me games. Okay, they're going to blow that team out because Notre Dame is really good. Notre Dame is really good. Okay,
Absolutely.
Are they deserving of being in? Yes,
I agree.
But
yes,
okay, they don't play in a conference.
No,
they sit there and they pretty much handpick their own schedule.
Yeah.
Okay, as to what they do. And nobody else has that opportunity to do that.
No, not every one of your games. No, absolutely not.
Nobody has the opportunity to do what Notre Dame does. And there's no conference championship game, so there's no risk at the end.
Yes.
There's no risk at the end. They played in one, didn't win it. Right? That was during COVID.
Yep.
Okay? And it's there's no risk there.
No.
And you look at the end of the schedule. Well, they play Stanford every year. I mean, so what? Stanford's not good.
No, and the advantage of not being in a conference, you do schedule opponents that are tough opponents at that time. And the same thing goes for Penn State's schedule, Ohio State's schedule, etc. But you have no idea what's going to happen 5-6 years from now. Boise State, prime example. They scheduled Boise State. Boise State's not anywhere near the level they were last year, or even a couple of years back.
Right.
That's the problem.
They were really good last year.
Yeah.
Penn State woodshedded them.
Yeah.
I mean, really, that game was not.
Absolutely.
I mean, the second half of that game was not a competitive game.
No,
Penn
not
State
at all.
had total control over the game.
No.
They had Ashton Genty, and Genty gained 102 yards, and they kept him in the game to get 100.
Yeah, he had a big run on 3rd and 20-something, too, that gave him, added those stats. But and like I said, to Notre Dame's credit, they had that game. They scheduled Wisconsin and Lambeau Field next year. So I think those are games where you just don't know what to expect. You didn't know Wisconsin was going to be at the level they're at right now. But having said that, as you said, they could schedule all 12 of their opponents. You can't do that when you're in a conference.
Right.
Yeah, if a certain team is down in the Big Ten or SEC, another team that's usually down is up.
Right.
That's the big difference when it comes to scheduling with not playing in a conference.
I mean, when you're in a conference, you don't know who you're going to get.
No, exactly.
Okay, but I see what the rotation is. I mean, Penn State next year's got to play Michigan. Penn State next year has to go to Washington.
Yeah.
I mean, you see at least who you're going to play over a 5-year span. But it's I'd sit there and that's the better argument right now, as opposed to Texas has 3 losses.
No.
I see a pathway for them. Well, you know what? I see you with a pink slip.
Yeah.
Okay? I mean,
I don't
just
see
like you're going to give people that kind of analysis, you should not be on the air.
Yeah,
Okay? You got 3
not.
losses, you're done. Okay? Quit trying to hype up something that is not real.
No.
Okay? What, they beat Texas A&M, they should be in?
No, absolutely
I
not.
mean, no, they should not be.
You have 3 losses. You beat Ohio State. You beat Georgia. You beat Texas A&M. Suddenly now you think about LSU having those 2 losses, winning the national title. Then you think in the back of your mind, maybe, just maybe. But no, Texas doesn't have those 3 quality wins like that. There's no way. Absolutely not.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's how I look at it. Now, do I think Notre Dame right now, if they played Miami again, do I think they would beat them?
I do.
My gut feeling is they would, and
Absolutely.
they probably would be a 6
Should have probably beat them that night. Absolutely.
Right. I mean, the one catch was unbelievable.
Incredible.
For a touchdown.
But you look at the
I'm
NFL.
just saying, you had your shot.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's where it was scheduled.
And
you didn't win it.
And that counts. Look at the NFL. The Rams are 8-2. The Eagles are 8-2. Eagles beat them head-to-head. Yeah, it was week 3. They still beat them head-to-head.
Right. Still beat them
So
head-to-head.
that's where, and that's home field advantage right now. So it's not going to matter when you played them. The result is what matters.
Yeah. Yeah, it's, well, so, I don't know. I'm just saying, there's just a couple things where I told Jack on Saturday night, I said, Texas, I think, is going to lose. I said, ESPN.
Yeah, I saw it coming.
And I said, though, ESPN is going to start saying with 3 losses, there's a path. I said, they are as predictable on silliness as you could possibly ask for.
Yeah,
okay. I mean, it's like, what are you doing?
Absolutely.
I know you got 24 hours. Maybe it's too much. Maybe it's too much time to be on the air. I have no idea. All right, Penn State. So they go into play. Ethan Grunkemeyer did hit the big touchdown pass to Devontae Ross. Beautiful throw.
Mm-hmm.
The 4th down play pass to Pena was another really good throw. Okay. But it's interesting, the play to Pena to set up the first touchdown, really terrific throw. Ross is 10 yards behind, wide open in the end zone. Now I know they get a touchdown out of it. All right, I understand that. And then in the 4th quarter, Rappelier comes out. Jason, there's nobody within 20 yards of Rappelier. He is wide open. It looked like Jimmy Orr in the Super Bowl. I mean, he didn't see him. Right? So he had, to me, an okay day. All right? I felt like each week he was getting better.
Yeah. Yep.
Right? I thought, wow. I was like, hey, he gave a good account of himself in that situation. All right. He went to Ohio State. Tough place, tough defense. Gave a good account of himself.
Sure.
I thought played very well against Indiana. Okay. This one, it felt like more of an aberration to me. It's like, okay. This is the 2nd week in a row where in the final quarter and a half, the Penn State running game, the offensive line took over. Yeah. They took over up front in the final quarter and a half against Indiana.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
They took over with their front in the final quarter and a half against Michigan State.
Yep.
And to be honest with you, you can actually say that in the final quarter of the Oregon game too.
Yep, agreed.
Right, but but they took over. You'd love to see them take over earlier.
Yes.
Although their protection, the big part.
It was great.
On the protection was really good.
Mm-hmm.
But you look at the touchdown pass to Ross, that protection was outstanding on that play.
Sure.
And Allen and Singleton both were terrific in pass protection. I mean, they were both like real. I mean, if you take a good long look, really good at both. Now here's the next part that I think a lot of people. I want one other offensive note. on the first touchdown by Katron Allen, what did you notice that was different about that other than the direct snap? Who snapped it?
Yeah.
Dominic Rulli. Dawkins had to go. Dawkins had to go out.
Yeah.
So Dominic Rulli comes in, right? And Jack and I did pick up on it right away. And he's the one that made the direct snap. It was right on the money. And Rulli should get a lot of credit for doing that because he was only in the game a couple of plays, besides obviously being on the punt unit. And he comes in that moment, big moment, and bang, perfect snap. Now, now the defense. Okay. I don't think people realize this, but in the last 6 quarters, Penn State's defense has given up only 17 points. In the last 6 quarters, Penn State's defense has given up just 17 points. Okay. We're seeing some things happen there. Darius Dixon played a beautiful game.
Incredible game. And
Nick Marsh, because AJ couldn't play in the game. AJ was on the trip. AJ was available. They were really trying to avoid playing him if they could. And it's fine. It was smart because he's banged up. And so Dixon, and I did say in the pregame show that Dixon was going to get the start. And I thought he played great because remember, Nick Marsh, whom I feel is an excellent receiver. I think Marsh is a terrific talent. They average 12 targets a game to him. Well, in this game, he had 8 targets and he had 2 catches for 8 yards? That's it. That is a great job by Dixon, Davian Collins, Elliott Washington. They did a great job on the number one guy that Michigan State has, and he is just a great talent. Denai Dennis Sutton down the stretch is playing not good football, great football. So let's have a little fun with this. He has now tied the Penn State record for most block punts in the season. 3. He has tied that record with Jack Ham.
Nice.
Denai Dennis Sutton wears 33.
There you go.
Jack Ham wore 33. Denai Dennis Sutton's birthday is December 23rd. Jack Ham's birthday is December 23rd. We were having a little fun with him on the plane about all that, right? And he's like, he had forgotten that Jack's birthday was December. He says, "Oh yeah," he looks at the two of us. He says, "Oh yeah, I do remember you guys telling me that." Yes, yes.
Yep.
We did try to tell you. So look, it's what the doctor ordered for Terry Smith.
Yeah.
Your dad graduated from Penn State in 1968. You are on this campus full time on the football program starting in 1988, 37 years ago. And you were brought back by James Franklin. One of the first hires he made was to make him the corners coach. He has been here every day since that day in 2012. Or excuse me, that day in 2014, 2014. And what a moment it was. His son's a graduate of here. His daughter Haley's a graduate of here. Dad's a graduate here. He's a graduate of here. To be lifted up on the shoulders of his players, getting his first win as the head football coach at Penn State. And look, the defense played great. They were never going to score in Penn State. They were not going to, keep in mind.
Settle down after that first play.
First play, which is bad. Okay? You're like, oh, you've got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
After that, they scored 3 points.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Really only had one play, too. Quarterback scramble was it. And it didn't do much beyond that.
That's right. And they only had 172 yards after the first play of the game. That's it. After the first play of the game, they only gave up 172 yards and 3 points. I mean, it's great. I mean, their defense has been great.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
And look, in the last series they had? There's 2 roughing the passer penalties. You're like,
yeah.
Especially the second one.
Second one, I thought more so. Yeah.
Really,
First one you could call. The second one, no.
First one, you're like, okay,
Yeah.
right? The second one, we're looking at each other like, what is going on here?
Yeah. But I do like they didn't back off. Yeah, those 2 plays, a lot of times you're called for 2 roughing the passers in a row, you're going to tend to be more hesitant and back off. Not that defense. Came right at him, forced the fumble, got the turnover.
Yeah.
Ultimately sealed the game. But yeah, that was I thought was big. Didn't back off at all. Came with the pressure and got the turnover.
Yeah. Yeah. So they really played well. But they have been playing well. The difference is this time they finished.
Mm-hmm.
They have been playing well.
Absolutely.
Right? Yep. They didn't finish at Iowa. They didn't finish against Indiana. They didn't finish. They didn't really finish against Northwestern. They didn't finish at UCLA. They didn't finish with Oregon, right? I mean, you're talking about the margins like that, very small. But in this game, they finally get the margin closed. Now you got Nebraska this week. You obviously came in dressed for the occasion. Wow.
Tell you, growing up, I was there are a few teams I was not a fan of.
Emmett Johnson.
They were one.
Emmett Johnson is a major league running back.
Yeah, absolutely.
This guy is over. Katron Allen's rolling. He's 138 yards away from Evan Royster's Penn State record for career rushing yards, and he's only 83 yards away from 1,000 coming into this game. Nebraska's defense, I think, is good. The linebackers are good. The safety, Guthrie, I think, is really good. Johnson is a terrific talent at running back. TJ Lateef steps in after the injury to Dylan Raiola and goes 15 of 18 at UCLA. But when you really look into the game, like that 15 of 18 was built on a lot of Emmett Johnson, because Johnson had not only had over 100 yards rushing in that game, he had 103 yards receiving in that game. So he is a guy that you have to really look at and say, okay, because look, Hunter is a good receiver. I think Dane Key's a very good receiver. All right, and he can move. There's no doubt he can move. Their right tackle is out. So, and so that, they've got them here. 7:00, about a month ago, I had heard that it was possible that Penn State could play a night game with Nebraska. Like, okay, that was a month ago. Well, as time was going on, you're like going, I don't see that as a possibility. All right. So Jack and I were talking, and he said, what do you think? I said, geez, Jack, I don't know. I said, somebody in the group thought they could be a noon kickoff. I said, probably 3:30 or 4, based on Fox Sports 1. When I get the note on Sunday, the game's at 7:00. I'm like, 7:00?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay. And the student body turnout's going to be, who knows?
That's the wild card right now.
No, because they're off Friday.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, they're out all next week. Next week's fall break.
Absolutely. Thanksgiving fall break, yeah.
Right. Next week's fall break. So, they get to leave Thursday, Friday, whatever. So I don't know what that's going to be. I think the rest of the crowd's going to be fine. And the weather, by the way, on Saturday actually is good.
Yeah, it looks good.
The weird thing. I'm looking at the weather, like high of 56. Well, you know what it is? It's actually during the game.
Mm-hmm.
It actually gets warmer as the game goes, and then finally in the second half it finally backs off. But like in the first half is when you're actually climbing. Like they said, I haven't seen that before. So, but that, again, the confidence with which they have attacked this.
Yeah.
And I give Terry and the staff a lot of credit. I thought Andy made a lot of really good calls, and Jim Knowles really, again, they've given up 17 points in the last 6 quarters. You're seeing some things fall into place for them, which is really great to see. Getting a win, though, does everything for confidence.
100%.
I know that. Now we're at the tail end. I know Terry's going to cut back a little bit this week on a couple of things, which is the smart thing to do. Okay, you've been playing week after week after week here. It's a smart thing to do. All right? Cut back a little bit here, a little bit there. That's why I was watching Game Day the other day for a period of time. When you're in the hotel room, you don't have a lot of choices. But Nick Saban was talking about one of the biggest mistakes that he thinks coaches make in the postseason, because they were talking about all the teams that had a bye last year and played either New Year's Eve or New Year's Day lost. Oregon lost, Georgia lost, Boise State lost, and Arizona State lost. Now Arizona State lost in overtime. All right, but he said they all lost, and he said when he was in that position where he had a lot of time off, he said we only practiced 11 times. He said you can do too much. You can do too much. And you get to this time of the year, you don't want to do too much.
No, not at all.
Okay? They've been playing. They've been practicing. You don't want to do too much. Your 49ers won big yesterday. It really made everybody feel good. The Steelers game, who knows about Aaron Rodgers? Yeah. To be honest with you, I think actually they'll do fine with Mason Rudolph if he has to go.
The way Rodgers played the last couple of weeks, I don't.
I have no issue with how Mason. Rudolph can play. I have no issues with this. I mean, he can hold the fort for a period of time. There's no doubt about that. The Steeler defense played great yesterday. The Ramsey Chase thing, you're talking about just. I mean, 2 immature people, right? So Ramsey got thrown out. They claim now I guess there's evidence that Chase did spit on him. He's going to get fined for it. The Eagles game
could be
last
worse than
night,
a fine. Actually, I think there's a good chance if they can prove it, there's a chance he gets suspended.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Well, Jalen Carter got fined $57,000.
Yeah, but also sat the game.
Right.
Yeah, got thrown out.
He got fined $57,000. Speaking of Jalen Carter, the Eagles defense. Yeah. Outstanding.
Incredible. Yeah. Last 2 weeks been absolutely incredible.
Outstanding. And Jalen Carter, I think, is the best interior defensive lineman since Aaron Donald.
Okay? He's real good.
That said, I do not want to ever hear any Eagles fan say, Howie did it again. He outsmarted everybody and got Jalen Carter. No, you did not. You did not outsmart everybody. No. Not even remotely close. I'm sitting in the first 8 positions.
Yeah.
Okay. I think he is a great talent. He's a great talent.
Yeah.
Okay. He's a great talent that, by the way, is playing great football. He played great football down the stretch last year. He's playing great football right now. Okay. It's obvious he's a great talent, and probably, if all the other factors are taken away, he should have been the first overall pick in the draft that year.
Top 2 or 3 for sure.
Right?
Yeah.
Top 2 or 3, depending on a quarterback.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
But I'm sorry. I can't. If I'm running an organization, I look at him and say, guys, we can't draft him.
Yeah.
Cannot draft him. I don't need you to be a saint. I don't need you to be a saint. But you have to have better character than that.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah.
I mean, and you noticed last night, you noticed after the game, Jordan Davis, who, again, is playing really well. Ever since he's lost weight, he's lost weight and he's really playing because now he can play all the way through. He was fading in games because of his weight, right? He doesn't fade in games anymore because now he's at a weight that really works for him, and he's playing great. And he's knocked down, 3-4 passes last night. Phillips has been a great pickup for the Dolphins.
Absolutely.
Right?
Almost flawless.
Okay. Those are the two guys they interviewed last night. You notice when they have these games, you notice who they send out the interview?
Yeah.
They never send Carter out.
No.
They never send Carter out.
No.
All right? They won't do it. And again, I think he is a legitimately great NFL player.
Mm-hmm.
I think he is legitimately improved. The Eagles' defense is way better with him in there. He is an impact player every game he is in. And I don't care if he goes to the Hall of Fame, I would not have drafted him.
No.
Right? Because you can't have, to me, it's like, it sticks like a sore thumb. Yeah. Right?
Well,
and you sit there and go, like, we can't do this. I'll get somebody else. Yeah. All right? So I don't want to hear, how they outsmart. You didn't outsmart anybody.
Not in that case.
Okay?
No,
other people look over and go, you know what? That's not the kind of individual we want.
No, I think he, what Howie has done in the draft as a whole has been insanely great.
The Mitchell pick,
the
Mitchell pick, Nakobe Dean in the third round.
Yeah.
Dean is now completely healthy.
Yep. DeGene's been
guess what?
incredible.
Okay, DeGene. Well, the reason DeGene fell to 2
injuries
was because of an injury.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And to make that kind of draft, the Phillips trade, outstanding.
Yeah, the Phillips trade was outstanding. He got Dotson last year for not very little.
Yeah.
I thought that was an incredible trade.
He's helped out a lot.
Yeah,
Look, they forced the ball to A.J. Brown last night.
Sure they did.
Right, and yet you got 13 points out of it. Or 16 points?
Yeah.
Right, that's what you got?
There's no doubt they got to be better offensively. And the concern, I think, is the injuries you're starting to get up front, too. Lane Johnson has battled injuries. Cam Jurgens got hurt last night. So those injuries can pile up. But
here's the part I want to get to. I'm watching people coach games.
Mm-hmm.
You watched that game last night.
Oh.
Okay? On both sides. That was as poorly coached a game as I've seen on both sides. I'm sitting there like, yeah. Dan Campbell, I know what his MO is.
I get that, but still,
I got it. Has he done a great job?
Outstanding.
Right, with Detroit?
Yeah.
No question. But you got to read the room.
Absolutely.
You got to read the room.
Yeah.
And he kept.
No.
Right? We're going to run a fake punt. You're going to run a fake punt? You want to know how difficult it is to run a fake punt in the NFL? Here's the reason why.
Especially with an interior line like the Eagles.
Right. I'm saying, though, but everybody is bunched in the middle.
Absolutely.
Okay, it's not as if like some teams are spread out all over the place and there are holes and openings. No, in the NFL, they're all tight.
Right.
You're running a fake punt there?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
No.
It makes no sense.
No, it made no sense.
Okay? All the fourth down calls you made no sense.
No, it made absolutely no sense.
Right? Then Sirianni, after the Green Bay debacle,
goes for it
goes for it
30-yard line.
On the 30-yard line with the push play.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I don't
Punt
get it.
the football.
I don't get it. Those things cost you games. And that's where there are so many times when I look, I look and see what is potentially the best team in the league that should be a lot better than they are. I saw it with the Rams how many years ago? Mike Barnes blew how many games for that team?
I know.
And you look now at what the Eagles, I think they've been fortunate the last couple of games that their defense has played the way they have. Their defense is beyond elite right now. It's been incredible. But, there's a lot of mistakes being made by this team, not only penalty-wise, but also, the coaching has not been good at all.
And then so you're watching this game. The Eagle defense is brilliant. I give Detroit's defense, they hung in.
Detroit's defense is good,
Okay.
Agreed.
Because Jason Kabinda was talking with Jack and I before the game on Saturday, and he had dinner on Friday night with Amon St. Brown and with Jahmyr Gibbs. Gibbs, by the way, what a talent. But he had dinner with Amon St. Brown and Jahmyr Gibbs, and he told us what all the injuries were going in and who was out. And we're like, ease.
Yeah, especially secondary.
Right, in the secondary.
I thought for sure they'd be in trouble.
And you know what? Detroit's defense
held up
really
pretty well.
hung in.
Yeah.
But you look at that game. Jared Goff was, 2 of his last 18?
Yeah.
Okay? The Eagles never once in the second half really allowed him to set his feet.
No.
They got them. That's just great job by the Eagles, Vic Fangio, everybody. What they did, he could never set his feet. And it showed up. He just couldn't make any throws or any plays. But, okay, so you look at the coaching decisions, bizarre.
Bad.
Okay, by Campbell. You look at the coaching decision by Sirianni, bizarre.
Agreed.
Okay, and then at the end, okay, you called that pass interference?
Yeah, no.
What are we doing here? Stop guessing.
Agreed.
Okay? Sometimes the best call is no call. Right? That was a horrible call.
Agreed.
Okay? It's not catchable.
Yeah.
Right? It's not catchable. Jalen Hurts is just kind of just throwing it over there because he's there, and he threw it high enough to make sure it wasn't going to get intercepted. It's a smart throw by Hurts. Okay? And you call that? You see stuff like that, and you look at the league and go, okay, what am I watching here? I'm watching a guy, okay, you can't criticize him because analytics says, I don't care what analytics says. Analytics doesn't coach.
No.
Right? God, common sense by Dan Campbell, no common sense by Nick Sirianni, and no common sense by that official on the sideline. Does anybody have a feel for the game? Really?
No.
Not a season-ending injury for Lane Johnson, but he could be headed to injured reserve.
Oof. Yeah, that's a big loss for them. He has been the anchor on that offensive line for sure.
The guy's like fine wine. He's all the time.
He gets absolutely better. He has dominated any defensive end that he's faced for the most part.
Michael Penix, by the way, could be out for the year. There's concern that Aaron Rodgers broke his left wrist.
Yep, did see that.
Yeah,
a lot of injuries yesterday for sure, and that's to my point with Philly. It's that offensive line starting to break down a little bit. You're not really running the football as well as you should be this year.
No, you're not.
That's been part of the problem. Play calling has been questionable, and I think that's the next step. I think for the Eagles, are they right now the best team in the NFC? Probably, but I think to me they still got a ways to go, even at 8-2. Still got a ways to go as a team.
Again, their defense is so good.
It's elite. It's incredible.
Right? You're talking about elite corners.
Yeah. Locked down.
Let's give Blankenship a lot of credit.
Sure.
I think if he were on another team that didn't have as much talent, he'd be like, he'd be okay.
Yeah.
But with all that talent around him, I think it allows him to really play at his highest level. Other people around him make him better.
Sure.
And to his credit, he takes advantage of it. And I think
I agree.
That he is really playing at a high level.
Yes.
And so is Nakobe Dean. Dean's playing really, really well.
Dean's been real good. He's been real good really towards the end of last year. He played great, and I think he's, again, really picked it up this year, just playing incredibly well since he's come back, and that's absolutely, you just can't say enough about what these guys defensively are doing. Brandon Graham comes back. You have that emotional leader in the locker room, I think, now with him. I think that's something that helps Jalen Carter in a big way. You have somebody like that that's going to put you in your place. I think that's huge, without a doubt. And this defense is really
great.
Just playing incredibly great, making elite quarterbacks look poor.
Yeah.
They've done it the last 2 weeks.
Goff's at 74%.
Mm-hmm.
Now, he goes 2 of 18, but a big reason why is that Goff, they put so much pressure on him that Goff could never really set his feet and make a throw.
No.
And
the Lions are going to be most effective on play action. So you're not going to set his feet. He's going to be struggling.
Yep. But, boy, I do have to give gives a lot of credit. He really is a.
Oh, that offense as a whole. I think they're also without Laporta, who adds more to that offense. That team is real good, and they're out of the playoffs right now, but the playoffs don't start now. They'll be in the playoffs, I think, when it's all said and done.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, they're good. Some of the teams ahead of them, one plays in San Francisco, is not better than the Lions. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
One of the comparisons to Jalen Carter, a good comparison is Warren Sapp. Yes, he had issues off the field. Fell to 12, I think. Rosenhaus was his agent. That didn't help.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I agree. I think that's a fair comparison. Warren Sapp.
Yeah. I mean, look, I think he is the best interior defensive lineman in the NFL since Aaron Donald retired.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, can I be any more fair about the guy? I'm praising the guy left and right, and I still never would have drafted him. I'm sorry.
I wouldn't have either. No, that's...
Sorry, you can't do what he's done and feel like you've got a high character guy that's a great teammate. You can't.
Yeah.
So that's just me.
Yeah, I think
and I praise him left and right.
Yeah, absolutely.
As a player, I praise him left and right. It doesn't mean I still want him.
No, not at all. And that's that's him or Chris Jones. I would put number one. I'd put him above Chris Jones right now.
Oh yeah, no, I think I agree with that. Yes, I agree with that. But yeah, well, I'll have to go see Terry Smith here. It'll be at least great to see somebody dressed in Penn State gear.
That's right.
Golly. You know, you come in, you got the black jacket on, the red shirt. All I could think of was Nebraska. And not only that, you can't even zip your coat.
I still have visions of 1994 that never get out of my head.
And for anybody questioning what I wore in today, okay? It's like, all right, see, Briscats. Yeah, no practice today. I am going to go to basketball practice, though. I've got a game Wednesday night. So, but, well, another brilliant performance by you. Should I give you a list of teams we'll talk about tomorrow? Or?
There you go.
No? Oh.
I will admit I was not up to speed on the Crimson. I had to ask a couple of people, hey, Rooker still coach that team? Coach, he does.
Oh. Just brutal.
Thought for sure he did, but brutal. I'm thinking, man, does that? I've not followed the Crimson in the last 4 years.
4-1. They won at Army, and then yesterday beat Marist by 2.
Nice. Former Duke standout, by the way.
In Poughkeepsie. Yes. Yep. Well, he's coached in the Jordan Center before. Yep. He coached Michigan.
Michigan. Yep.
So, you know.
Yep.
You and Harvard is still in Massachusetts.
Yep.
You are one scary guy. Golly, you are scary. Oh, well. Frightening.